Humboldt County, it can be hard to find a job, particularly for the young and inexperienced, and especially for youth who have faced challenges throughout their lives. YouthAbility job training programs teach young people workplace basics: accountability, responsibility, teamwork, customer service, personal appearance, and conflict resolution. All the soft skills that go into making a good worker. YouthAbility job training focuses on preparing workers for retail or food service venues.
YouthAbility came into existence about 7 years ago, and the reason it did was because I had done foster care at that time 23 years, because now it's been 30 years, and most of the time I did teenagers. They kept saying we can't get jobs because we don't have what it takes to get the job. Either they don't have experience or they don't have the kind of things that they need in order to pull it together.
Some of us don't have parents or brothers or sisters to help us in the community, and what we found with job training is it's so important to find those connections with people, and we can create those connections with people through job training efforts. We find that the Rotary clubs, Seroptimus clubs, chambers all want to support youth, and their best way of doing that is to work with a youth when they're young and a community project, and then those kinds of networking relationships can go further into their life.
They come to us with really no background in working, and for a lot of them the idea of working itself is overwhelming. So to have that introduction to work, the idea of a schedule and using a bus schedule and all the basics that you might take for granted if you've had a stable family life to teach you these things, or someone came along and showed you how to work. They learn that here.
Well, we have 8 growing industries here in Humboldt County, and they all need workforce. So we need youth who want to grow up in a company and help grow a company. And so it starts when you're young, learning how to have discipline, learning how to come to work with other people, cooperate, innovate, come up with new ideas and solve problems in businesses. And that's what's going to grow our economy in the future for everyone. So we really need youth to learn early how to like work, how to do the part that you don't like about work. That's just part of life. And we need to learn that early so that our community can continue to thrive.
The youth come to us through county programs. They're usually given between 150 and 200 hours to train here at the store. They're paid for those hours, and while they're here they learn the basic skills. They learn register, pricing and stocking, customer service, and then they head out.
Our main objective with YouthAbility is to get the kids ready for work, period. So by the time they've left, they've learned to make it to work on time, to dress appropriately for the job. They've learned all the safety concerns that the Board of Health really pushes for us. So washing hands, at the right temperature for long enough, the temperatures to store the food, to keep them safe, how to rotate stock. So they learn all the basic restaurant requirements, but more importantly than that, they learn the basic ethics of work and what's required by it, and taking responsibility.
Local organizations, groups, businesses, and individuals, anyone who wants to help get kids into jobs, can sponsor a young person in a YouthAbility training program, so they stay off the streets, off welfare, and off drugs.
First got involved in talking with Kurt Kramer, who had developed the Vance Hotel property. I had lunch with him there. He explained the program. And we had lunch. It was excellent, and the idea of getting training for young folks really turned me on.
I was very interested in it being a nonprofit cafe, and so I looked at the website. I looked at the materials that are available here in the lobby of the Vance Cafe, and recalled that my grandson, Lyndon, was right in between jobs, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect for him.
In high school, I worked in restaurants and gas stations, and I think it gave me a pretty firm understanding of what it takes to succeed and progress through your life's career.
Every dollar spent on this kind of training program saves $27 in remedial costs. Job training is an investment into a good community for all of us.
think the ability to attract employees to, say, the bank or any other retail business where you've got employees that have learned to show up on time, provide the good customer service that all employers are looking for their people to do.
I guess I was a lot shyer actually. This job has customer service, me dealing with customers has made me a lot more social and confident in myself.
The people skills that they're able to develop, the confidence that they have, I would expect our community would embrace them, that employers will hire them.
In my opinion, the program would be more successful if we could have the youth for a longer period of time. I feel like after the 150 hours, they are trained, they're comfortable, they're confident, and that's where the real growth starts to happen. That's where their life starts to change because they have this sense of stability and accomplishment that is sort of coloring the rest of their life. And until that happens, it's just the beginning. You know, we'd like to get to the next part where we really see them succeed and flourish while they're still here.
In the future, I plan to stay in the restaurant business. I'm hoping to maybe start off as a busser, work my way up to being a waiter, and possibly part-time cook.
When I first started working here, I was one of the first trainee kids, me and this other girl. And then I ended up staying here a lot longer than she did. And then once one of the older workers that actually made the sandwiches and was like the assistant manager or the assistant to the manager, once they left, I actually was promoted into that position.
There's got to be a lot of employers and sponsors who would love knowing the kind of difference they can make in the life of our local youth.
Business owners and their biggest heart really want to support youth, and they want to include them in their businesses, and it's hard for them, right? It takes a lot of time and effort. So YouthAbility is a really helpful program in that it provides the extra time and support to the youth to learn so that they can really be productive to businesses, so that they can have a first step in order to have a second step.
I think it's our responsibility as business people to do as much of this investing as we can because it's a key to getting good employees in our business and providing the customer service that we have to.